And here with James Monroe coach, Matt Sauvage. And Matt, obviously tonight you had to overcome some things. You lose two of your top players. You lose your two size guys, really, in Cam Mans and Eli Allen, both battling out 5 and 4 minutes, I think, left in the fourth. Cam was on the bench a lot. Just talking about overcoming those things and getting a tough road win here at Westside.
Yeah, I told the boys coming in, Westside's lost a couple players here recently, and I said, they're going to be out to play. And they were. I mean, so before I say anything else, Westside came to play. I'm going to give them credit. That they came out and they played hard. And so, first half we weren't hitting shots, and that hurt us a lot on the shots end. And so, second half I thought, shots will start falling. Well, shots didn't start falling, and so it was a battle towards the end. And then, Cam fouled out, and that hurt. But then Cooper came in and played big minutes for us. And then when Eli fouled out, AJ came in and played some big minutes. And so it was just it was nice to see the players. They didn't get a lot of time in the first half or even the third quarter, and they came in and played huge minutes for us. So there was a lot of adversity going on in the game throughout the game, different types of adversity. I'll just put it that way. And it was good to see our boys react the way they did.
I think you got the ball back to the final time with about 45 seconds left, and it looked like your idea was you didn't want to have Westside to have the ball back.
Yes.
But talk about the play. You call a timeout with, I think, 15 seconds left. Talk about the play you designed, Shad hitting that big shot.
Yeah, we actually, the timeout before that, we had told the boys, if it's a tie ball game, if he misses this next one, because we called a timeout there with one free throw there, and I said if it's a tie ball game, let's waste as much time as you can before I can call a timeout. And I wanted to get it down to 15, 20 seconds, and we did. And then when we called the timeout, we said, with about 9, 10 seconds left, let's start running the play. And we wanted to take the last shot. If we missed it, we'll go into overtime, but we wanted to take the last shot. And so Coach Miller, actually, my assistant coach, had drew up a play at halftime very similar to it. And we never ran it, so we drew up that play with a little bit extra to it. And, it was going to be if Shad got doubled, which we thought he would, we were going to have one of our guys rolling and so forth. But, Shad pump fake, the guy flew by and nobody closed out, and he was able to hit a big shot.
And he hadn't hit a lot of shots.
No, he was struggling shooting tonight. Yeah, struggling shooting. He was making up for it on the defensive end, but, offensively, pretty much our whole team was struggling, but Shad was definitely struggling on a shot, so that was big for him to hit that.
What does this mean for the team? Do you think you needed a game like this where you were going to have to be pushed, and because you've had a few games here where everybody was playing and they were, you're taking your starters out early, like last night.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons, I was glad Coach Jenkins, I'm glad we were able to pick this game up. And so he needed a game, we needed a game, and I told the boys, the record doesn't show the kind of team they have. That they've got a better team than what the record shows, and so I knew it was going to be a battle coming down. I didn't know it was quite going to be this type of battle, but it was fun, and our boys need that because the farther along we go in sectionals and regionals, there's going to be close games, and we got to figure out how to fight through them.
Are you guys maybe a little deeper than people think?
Yeah,
giving it those guys.
Our top 5 are going to play a lot of minutes, and they should. But when we need to go to our bench, we got 2, 3, 4 players that can come in and give us really good minutes. It's just that the 5 that we have, they're playing well, and it's hard to take out a player that's playing well. But the bench that we have, the subs coming in, I can't say enough about them.
Did you toy with the idea of keeping Cam out early in the fourth quarter? What was the reasoning behind going back with him?
We, I don't know. My coach in high school, he was from the old school where, if a player gets 2 fouls in the first half, they don't play till the third quarter. We've tried to get away from that because sometimes we've had players get 2 fouls in the first quarter and then they don't pick another foul the rest of the game. And then you're losing minutes from them. So we debated between the third and fourth quarter there, and we decided to go ahead and go with it and roll the dice and get as many minutes as we could out of it.
I would assume with the game on the line, you would definitely want Shad with the ball in his hand.
Yeah,
Even if all hands were on deck, you want him with the ball. And I think he's done this for you before.
The good thing about there is we were talking about this about a week ago, my coaches and I. You can't replace experience. And, experience helps a lot. Just whether it be nerves or whether it be, running what the coach asks you to run, whatever it is. And so, yeah, definitely. It was nice to have the ball in his hands, everything.
Do you feel like this team's rounding into form? Shady Spring Coach Ryan Hilton likes to say his team's rounding into mid-season form. You feel like you guys are on similar roles here. I think that's what it's 15 wins in a row now for you. So you guys have to feel like you're playing your best basketball right now.
I do. I truly feel that, especially defensively, even though we didn't score a lot of points tonight, we held them to 50 or 51, whatever it was. For us, that's huge because defense is where we're going to win our games. A lot of people see that we're scoring 75, 80, 85 points, whatever it is. But to me, when we finish games and teams are in the 40s or whatever, to me, that's the win. That's where we're going to win today.
Another key play that people will probably forget given the end was, I think, at the end of the third quarter when they got the ball back inbounded. I think that Eli got the steal there. You guys were able to convert that on the other end, which, given the way this game went, might have been huge.
I'd say it could have been sort of the game winner, yeah. And there was a lot of plays throughout, in a 54, 51, I think game it was, in a game like that. There's going to be a lot of key plays that you look back on and you're like, well, that was huge. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was huge for us. And so, even though like Eli wasn't on his game tonight completely, defensively he was on it, and he was making plays like you're talking about right there that help us create what we just did.
All right. Hey, Matt, I appreciate the time.
Dave, I appreciate you as always, man.